I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This is a reminder that this meeting is being recorded by MCTV. First up is our Town Administrator Report, Mr. Maresca.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Week of November 22nd, I had a meeting with PMA, weekly Monday meeting to discuss the police and DPW projects. Went over change orders, committee meeting items to vote on, Weston and Sampson issues, emergency generator issues, auxiliary building power, and DPW building committee meeting. Bi-weekly meeting with the police building committee at Library Plaza, vote on the change orders. Weekly owner, architect, and contractor meeting. We discussed solar power, temporary parking area, temporary handicap parking area, and any unresolved issues to date at the police project. Bi-weekly DPW PMA meeting, review Weston and Sampson report, schedule, trailers and fencing. Bi-weekly DPW building committee meeting at Library Plaza, update on project, potential schedule, setup, and other pertinent issues. Weekly meeting with Fred Russell, Maintenance Department Head, to discuss temporary generators, solar panels, school ongoing maintenance issues, and general issues on Council on Aging, including extending the insurance until the project is completed. I had a meeting with Ned Banks of the Trail Committee regarding Eversource issues. I participated in a judging contest for Spirit Day before Thanksgiving. Marshfield High School had a breakfast meeting with Chief Simpson, discussed some ongoing fire issues. Week of November 29th, weekly PMA meeting, POs for the police project, generator issues, switchover issues, lobby issues and air transfer, DPW project review costs for the project, and Page's preliminary schedule. Meeting at Council on Aging with walkthrough with the committee, walkthrough with Page Construction, and walkthrough with P3 to put the punch list together of issues that will need to be addressed before the final turnover. Meeting with Ann Bastille, a new town accountant, to address any issues that she has. Meeting with Carol Hamilton to discuss the opening event date and time to be determined. Meeting with Craig Jameson and Nancy Bowers of the Rec Department to talk about their winter programs. We discussed revolving account issues, multi-use courts at the Boys and Girls Club, playground, the new playground at Coast Guard Hill. MOU that I'm having Bob Galvin draft between the Rec Department and the Boys and Girls Club on the new courts. Update on conservation issues, February vacation. There'll be family trips on for February vacation at the rec camp. Board of Health interviews, Danielle and I and Gary did interviews for Val's position. And we also talked to Gary Russell about elevating, he'd like to be elevated to the Board of Health Director, and I believe his board now has voted to do that. A meeting with the Boys and Girls Club and Town Council on an ongoing issue. Had a breakfast meeting with Select Person Kilcoyne to talk about harbor issues, beach access, and summer parking issues. Weekly meeting with Ann Bastille and Joe Fleming, our interim treasurer collector, to review and discuss financial issues and end-of-the-year audit. Meeting with Matt Parent regarding no fossil fuel and next grid issues regarding our photovoltaic projects. Attended a ribbon cutting at the lights of the Marshfield Fairgrounds. We had an Irish Trail meeting with Select Chair Chris Rowland, Barbara Carney, Cindy Castro of the Historic Commission, and Kathy Sullivan regarding the Irish Heritage brochure and coming up with some Irish landmarks to include in the brochure. And finally, a meeting with Fred Russell on ongoing propane tank issues with PMA. And that is my town administrator's report. I do have, Mr. Chairman, I have the updated clinic report, if you'd like me to do that at the same time. So, wanted folks to know that when we opened the clinic on 10/30, we were doing about 78 shots per day, and we've grown each day tremendously, but starting in the last time that we spoke, we were in the 600s. Now on 12/2, we had 807 people show up for shots. On 12/3, which was Friday, 907, and on 12/4, which was Saturday, 958. We're the only regional clinic in place where you can get all 3 vaccines. Pfizer is our primary, followed by Moderna, and we do have J&J, and people can come in. We're doing about 200 walk-ins. Thanks to Todd Goodwin and our computer staff, they come up with a great process so that we do not have to turn walk-ins away. Problems with walk-ins, in order for us to get reimbursed, we have to capture certain information, their insurance card, things like that. So we've created a system where the cars will come in. If you're a walk-in, you get brought over to another shed where IT staff will work with them, get their paperwork filled out, and then they get right back into the line to get their shot. So it's going strong, and it will only continue. We've already got 600 people booked each of the 3 days that were open, and today's only Monday. So
Great report. I know from meetings I've had and discussions with residents, I mean, they're even more now very appreciative of us having this clinic with the boosters and to be able to just drive in and basically show up. It's very convenient, and because it's drive-through, it's great for the elderly and Affirm, so I think it's great. You guys have anything on that?
No.
Cool. All right, so our first, thank you, Mr. Maresco. Our first appointment, 6:35, is recognition for exceptional service from its Captain Anthony Pacuzzo and firefighter David Driscoll. Chief.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Great.
Yeah, I just wanted to just make a note, and I sent a letter over to Michael so that he could bring it to your attention that just recently, at a call, very simple call, it was somebody locked their keys out of their car. We go to a lot of calls, and that's definitely the least stressful of them all. But I know from, my own time where it's happened, it's a pretty stressful event when your keys are locked in your car. So. On this particular day, Captain Bacuzzo and firefighter Driscoll were able to unlock a locked Jeep. The keys were locked in the car. That was a call for service that they received. And shortly thereafter, I received a letter of thanks from State Representative Stephen Zarios. He was the owner of that Jeep. And in his letter, Zarios stated that Tony and Dave saved the day for me, and after getting me in, they even bought me dinner. So, why would they buy him dinner? So I brought them in and we talked about it. And they told me they purchased the state representative dinner because they did it out of the fact that he was a Gold Star father. And to me, that's going above and beyond. And I think that's what we look for in our public safety personnel, to go above and beyond and do the right thing. Just simple acts of kindness. It doesn't matter who you are. That's what I try to promote, and that's what I expect from them, and they've obviously followed through with that. So that being said, I just wanted to recognize both of them for a job well done.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a great story. And how did they know he was a Gold Star father? Did he have a...
They ended up having a long conversation with him, because which only happens. He even took a picture. He sent me a nice little card. And, it's funny. That's one of those really bad days for people. Like, they're having a bad day. You're running around, the dog ate your homework. Everything's going wrong, you know what I mean? It starts pouring when you come out of the grocery store. You can't unlock the car. The keys are locked in the car. But by doing what they did, they made that bad day into a really, really good day for that gentleman. And like I said, I don't care who it is. It's our job to go out there and be compassionate and to help people out, and that's exactly what they did.
Great. Well, I recognize them. I mean, you guys probably recognize them too for doing great work, but I won't speak for you, so.
Yeah, and I was very kind and very generous and very heartwarming to read the breakdown of the story.
Yeah, it happens everywhere, but I think if you're going to lock your keys in the car, you want it to happen in Marshfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't hear these good things all the time.
You don't.
So it's great.
So,
It's a pleasure to recognize them. No, that's exactly what we want to have done.
thank you.
Thanks for bringing them up. Thanks.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Chief. All right. What time is it? I got 5 minutes. I I'm going to take the first action item, vote to open and close annual town meeting warrant. So let me grab that. So I need to read this notice in the record.
Yes, you do.
Notice of opening and closing of annual town meeting warrant, annual town meeting of April 25th, 2022. In accordance with Article 2-4 of the Marshfield Town Charter, notice is hereby given that the warrant for the Town of Marshfield Annual Town Meeting of April 25th, 2022 shall open for submission of warrant articles on Monday, January 3rd, 2022. Articles should be submitted to the Select Board's office. The annual town meeting warrant will close on Monday, January 24th, 2022 at 7 p.m. The annual town meeting will be held on Monday, April 25th, 2022 at the Marshfield High School Gymnasium or Auditorium at 7 p.m. Signed Board of Selectmen Christopher R. Rowland, Stephen R. Darcy, and James J. Kilcoyne. So if you have articles, bring them forth and put April 25th, 2022 on your calendar, and I'll see you at town meeting. Anything else on that? Great.
You just have to vote.
Oh, we have to vote. That's probably a good idea. I'll make a motion to open and close the annual town meeting warrant. Open.
Open it on January 3rd and close on
January
January
22nd.
24th at 7 o'clock.
Correct. Thank you.
Second.
Second.
Sorry.
All in favor?
We're struggling.
We're struggling already, man. It's Monday. Aye.
Aye.
It's open, and it will close, so we'll go from there. I got all these things to sign. I mean, it's crazy. All right, so we're gonna go with our second item, action item. Do we have time for this right now?
We got 3 minutes.
Another fun one.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go. We'll come back to that one, Tom. Right? We'll come back to that. We just have to take our appointment in 3 minutes, so I want to give you guys time to talk about this. Cool. All right. So next is I'll take action item out of order. Discussion and vote on request to waive permitting fee for emergency generators and propane tanks at Furnace Brook 4 and Union Street 1 pump stations. So, Mr. Moresco, do you want to talk about this?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's very standard. Only the executive branch of government can waive the fees. It makes no sense to be charging departments the fees, so they're coming before the board to have these fees waived with the building department and the fire department.
Yes. So we've done this in the past. It's fairly routine for us. I have no questions. Do you have any questions? Any questions on that?
No.
All right, so the board moves to waive the fire department and building department fees related to the water division installation of 2 emergency generators and propane fuel tanks at the Furnace Brook 4 and Union Street 1 pump station.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, I went too fast there. All right, I'll go number 4 as well. Number 4, basically, number 4, I have it all over the place here, is the discussion vote on request permission to hold the Marshfield Education Foundation St. Patrick's Day 5K on March 19th, 2022. This is something that we've been doing, that the MEF has done. Is anybody here from the MEF? I didn't want to just jump over it, but something MEF has done in person, except for I think year before last. They did it last year, right?
Right.
They were able to do it last year. It's a great event. It raises money for the MEF, and they're just looking for our approval to do so. It's a great event. I have no questions.
No questions.
Any questions? All right, so the board moves to approve the request of the Marshfield Education Foundation to hold their annual St. Patrick's Day 5K on March 19th, 2022 in Brant Rock, pending the adoption of the safety officer's stipulations outlined in his November 23rd, 2021 memo to John Gabberty and Tom Miller, and any other requirements from the MFD.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. So I'm going to bring up our 6:45 appointment, which is property tax classification hearing. Mr. Moresco.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, this is an annual event before the tax bills go out. The assessors come before The Board of Selectmen, under Mass General Laws, Chapter 40, Section 56, must vote whether to establish different rates among the classes of property or continue to tax all classes at the same rate by adopting a factor of 1. So with us tonight, we have Head Assessor, Anne Marie Sennett, and the Chair of the Board of Assessors, Chris Bittaker.
How are you guys doing?
Good evening, folks.
Do I need to read this in the record?
The meeting
legal
notice. Meeting notice, yep.
All right. Town of Marshfield legal notice, property tax classification hearing. The Board of Selectmen will hold a public hearing on the second floor of the Marshfield Town Hall, Selectmen's Hearing Room, 870 Moraine Street, Marshfield, Massachusetts, on Monday, December 6th, 2021, at 6:45 PM regarding the allocation of the fiscal year 2022 tax levy among the various classes of property in the town. All real estate in the town of Marshfield is classified according to use. The allocation of tax levy may be adjusted within certain limits between the residential class and the commercial, industrial, personal class, property classes by the Board of Selectmen. Interested citizens are invited to attend this meeting and participate in the discussion. Board of Selectmen, Christopher R. Rowland, Chairman, Stephen R. Darcy, Vice Chair, James J. Colcoin, Clerk. So, welcome. Would you like to just fill us in on
Sure.
your discussion?
Good evening. Can everybody hear me okay with my mask?
Yeah,
on?
hi.
Okay, great.
Thanks,
Hi.
Anne-Marie.
So, as you're aware, it's the annual classification hearing when the select board votes if the town will adopt a single or split rate, small commercial exemption, and a residential exemption. If the town adopts a split rate between residential tax base and the commercial, industrial, personal property tax base, it will put more burden on the commercial, industrial, personal property owners. For fiscal year 2022, the residential tax base represents 92.86%, while the commercial, industrial, personal property represents 7.14% of the taxable property in Marshfield. The town can shift the rate up to 50%. I've provided the select board a packet of information outlining different options for the 3 items they will be voting on this evening. The tax rate is only an estimate at this time. The last step of this process is for the Department of Revenue to certify the tax rate. As you can see from the informational packet, shifting the tax rate will put a burden between shifting the tax burden between the residential and commercial, industrial, personal property taxpayers give a very modest reduction in the residential tax rate versus a much more significant burden on the commercial, industrial, and personal property taxpayer. Typically, a town should have 20 to 30% of the commercial, industrial, personal property to give more equitable share of the tax levy. Did you have any questions on any of the information that I provided? It's in the past, the town's been consistent with what the Board of Assessors recommended to do a factor of 1 and reject the residential and small business exemption as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that comes before the board every year, and I know this has been before us before, and I think you make it laid out very clearly that the town itself, we don't have the commercial business to represent 20 to 30% of the levy. So, I mean, we have to. I mean, it makes total sense to go with the in my opinion, and I'll let these other gentlemen speak, but to continue to keep it as a factor of 1 and continue to operate that way. But so I really don't have any other questions about that. I think it's great the way you explained it. So
Wonderful, thank you.
No questions.
Any questions?
No, it's my first time doing it. I know you two have seen it before. So I really did appreciate the information that you provided. I went through it pretty clearly, and you're right. If you look at it, the change is extremely small, and the hurt that it might have for our businesses could be significant. So I also agree with the recommendation of keeping it at 1. So thank you for taking the time to do that.
Oh, you're very welcome. And I can also show you where I got that chart as well, if you want to swing by my office sometime.
Sure.
I can show you. It's all public information.
Great.
So I can get you to that as well.
Thank you.
That's great. All right. So the board will move that the town of Marshfield continues to tax all classes at the same rate by adopting a factor of 1 and to reject the residential and small commercial exemption.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks for coming before
Thank you
us.
for coming in.
Great to see you.
It's good to see you as well. Thank you.
All right.
Later.
The next item up for, we'll move to our action items. The next one is our discussion and vote on ARPA funding. This is action item number 2, discussion and vote on ARPA funding request from DPW. Do you guys want to come up? Thanks.
Good evening. Thank you.
Tom, good to see you.
Good to see you, too. How's everything?
Good.
So, we had submitted a proposal for some of the ARPA funding on some water and sewer infrastructure. The Surf Ave water main and the drainage replacement project. It's roughly a $2.2 million project that will replace the very aging water main and the drainage, which is pretty much rotted out from the bottom. So addressing that, we're looking at getting that out to bid sometime in January, a March start date, and between July and August completion date on that one. The other, excuse me, was Dyke Road, the water and sewer main upgrade at the Dyke Sluiceway. Right now, it runs through the dike, and it's in pretty tough shape, so we would like to sleeve the wastewater main and replace the water main, hang it on the side of the bridge rather than bring it through the sluiceway. It's less salt water involvement with that. That is an April bid date, a July 22 start date, and an August 22 completion date with a $425,000 price tag. Also, Plymouth Avenue wastewater pump station upgrade. It's the design, construction, administration, and construction oversight, replacing the wet wells, upgrade disinfecting infection system, HVAC and ventilation upgrades, and install emergency bypass valves and building repairs. The bypass is going to go out to bid in January of '22. The rest of the construction is scheduled to go out to bid around April of '22. The start date would be right away once the bid process was completed on the bypass, and July of '22 would be the start date for construction, and January of 2023 would be the completion date, and that's a cost of roughly $2 million, for a total request of $4.625 million to upgrade this infrastructure.
Okay. I mean, I know these projects, some of these projects have been in front of capital before, capital budget, and I know, I mean, they're not inexpensive projects, and they're very significant projects, so this is a good opportunity to look at some ARPA funding to get some of this done, because as we know, Surf Avenue water main, that we've had issues there, major issues there, I know that for sure, and then I'm assuming the others have also proven
Yeah.
challenging.
Plymouth Ave Pump Station is probably our largest pump station other than the main lift, so it's an integral part of our system. And, you know, we were fortunate doing some test pits to find that the pipe itself is really in good shape, considering it's been there for quite some time. And so we're fortunate there that we don't have to replace the entire pipe. We just have to cut in and put a bypass in. But we're fortunate there. But, you know, this enables us to help the ratepayers. You know, if we can get ARPA funding, that's less money that we need to take from the ratepayers to pay for this.
Sure, absolutely.
You know, so
Oh, quick question, how did you choose these 3 projects from your priority list? And-
these were the 3 most important to address right now. They're designed. So we're pretty much almost close to being shovel-ready
Okay.
to go. And I know that was one of the stipulations, you have to spend it within a certain time frame, so, and that's why we picked these, because they were designed, and we were prepared to go out to bid as soon as we are.
Okay. But I do know that, I've heard from people, I know there's been discussions with the whole Brant Rock Esplanade area, the projects that are going in or being proposed over there and the drainage issues over there. I didn't know, why you guys didn't consider that as something you would go to ARPA for.
Well, the drainage down there, we're only, I think our threshold is $5 million that we have. It's a minimum of $20 million to even get into that drainage in Brant Rock. And then
Pretty
again,
daunting.
where does it go?
I had no idea it was 20 million, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, we've been told that it's roughly in the $20 million ballpark.
Wow.
To do something down there because of the size of the pipes needed, the excavation required. You're surrounded by water on 3 sides, you're in a bowl. And when the high tide's up, there's nowhere for the water to go. And until the water recedes, that's the only time that the water's gonna recede, because you're all back charging with the high tides. We close our gates, our tide gates, but when you do that, you're preventing the water from going out and coming in. So, it's a catch-22.
Okay. Mr. Moresco,
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
you want to talk a little bit about
Sure.
the timing on this and the availability of ARPA?
Yeah, so right now, the town definitely knows we have $2.7 million dollars that we're getting directly to the town through the county.
Right.
Which we're gonna get approximately another $5 million. So we have capacity to do 1 or 2 of these projects. And the superintendent's correct, they need to be shovel-ready. He's got everything ready to go. With the new town accountant and only an interim treasurer collector, we've got to go through the process to get access to the Plymouth County money, because that's where the big chunk of money is. So I'll work with them to figure out, what the process will be to access the money through the county and how much we can get at one time. And then that will be able to figure out if we'll be able to do 1 or more of the projects, depending on what the board wants to fund.
Sure,
There's a lot of requests for
Right.
different.
Well, and I think that's it. It's
Yeah.
similar to our capital budget.
Yeah.
It's similar to other things. The need is there. We know the need is there, but it's also what can we fund with the available fund money coming in, and how does that align with all the requests that we have as far as priority? Just a quick question of these 3, which would you say is the highest priority?
The highest priority would be the pump station at Plymouth Ave.
Okay. Because obviously the Surf Avenue and the Plymouth Ave are around the same amount, but Dyke Road, that's a significant less amount than, so I would think if you could only do 1, you would want to do at least one of the $2 million ones.
Well,
And-
we
and
do
we-
have some
right.
money that we've got at town meeting for the Plymouth Ave pump station.
Okay.
We
Right.
withdrew our request. I would think that the number 1 priority would be Surf Ave, because we withdrew our request at town meeting for that capital expenditure to do that project, because we thought we'd be eligible for the ARPA money.
Got it, right, I remember that, I recall that now. Okay, all right. Mr. Darcy?
You asked every question that I had, so I have
Okay.
nothing.
Mr. Kilgore?
Ditto.
All right, so based on what we just talked about, we're going to move to support ARPA funding for at least one of these projects. The board is going to move to support ARPA funding for at least one of these projects, depending on the amount of funding the town receives. As things roll out, we'll see where we are on this, but we appreciate you coming before us and giving us your priorities and your requests. So,
Sure. No, thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
So I'll make that motion.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, Tom.
Great, thank you.
Appreciate
Have a
it.
good night.
All right. Next is discussion and vote on annual renewal of licenses of restaurants and clubs. As many people saw, we have a number of those that we need to sign and get those out. I need to read all of these into record, correct?
Yes, you do,
So,
Mr. Chairman, yep.
So we would be doing this for these restaurants. Aoyama Asian Bistro, restaurant all alcohol and common vic and entertainment license. Cask and Flagon, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Disabled American Vets, club all alcohol, common vic and entertainment. Ember, or E2, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Fairview Inn and Restaurant Inholder, all alcohol, common vic entertainment and inholder license. Green Harbor Golf Club, club all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Green Harbor Yacht Club, club all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Haddad's Ocean Cafe, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Cacades Burger Bar, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Live Creative Cuisine, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Mamma Mia's restaurant, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Mandarin in Tokyo, restaurant wine and malt, common vic seasonal restaurant for their license 3. Manny's Pizza of Marshfield, restaurant wine and malt, common vic entertainment. Marshfield Country Club, club all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Marshfield Famous Pizza, restaurant wine and malt, common vic. Marshfield Lodge of Elks, club all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Marshfield VFW, club all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Marshfield Yacht Club, common all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Mia Ragazza of Marshfield, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Ming Dynasty, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. What is that?
Something 9.
Something 9, what is that?
Kitchen.
Get the ball.
139 Kitchen and Bar.
139 Kitchen and Bar, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Polcari's Bridgeway Inn, inholder all alcohol, common vic entertainment and inholder. Rafferty's Pub, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Rope Marine, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Sashimi Asian Cuisine, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Station 8, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. Stellwagen Beer Company, Farmers Series pouring permit, common vic entertainment. The Fieldston, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. The Jetty, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. The Marsh, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. The Roadhouse, restaurant all alcohol, common vic entertainment. And Venus Two Brothers, restaurant all alcohol, common vic and entertainment. So, any questions on any of those?
No.
Okay. So the board moves to approve the annual renewal of liquor licenses, restaurant all alcohol, club all alcohol, restaurant wine and malt, inholder all alcohol, and Farmer Series pouring for the restaurants and clubs pending the submission of the applicant's renewal form, taxes being paid and fee being received.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Next is discussion and vote on annual renewal of licenses for package stores.
Mr.
Yeah.
Chairman, there's some other licenses. So the common vitular and then the entertainment.
Where are they at?
Just the same, if you follow in the motion list.
Oh, I see. Oh, so the board moves to approve the annual renewal of common victual license for restaurants and clubs, pending the submission of the applicant's renewal form, taxes being paid and fees being received.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then the board moves to approve the annual renewal of entertainment licenses for restaurants and clubs, pending the submission of the applicant's renewal form, taxes being paid and fee being received.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And then the board moves to approve the annual renewal for an inn-holder license for the Fairview Inn and Polcari's Bridgeway Inn, pending the submission of the applicant's renewal form, taxes being paid and fee being received.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Maresco. Item number 6, discussion and vote on annual renewal of licenses for package stores. So I will go through those. Green Harbor General Store, package all alcohol. Hubbard's Cupboard, package wine and malt. Jackinson's, package wine and malt. Yogi's Liquors, package wine and malt. Marshfield Blanchard's, package all alcohol. Marshfield Hills General Store, package wine and malt and common vic. Marshfield Liquors, package all alcohol. North River Beverage, package all alcohol. Ocean Bluff Package All Alcohol, Wrexham Package Store, Package All Alcohol, Ricky's Market, Package Wine and Malt, and Roach Brothers Supermarket, Package Wine and Malt, and Common Vic. Any questions on any of those? No.
Nope.
All right. So the board moves to approve the annual renewal of liquor licenses for Package All Alcohol, Package Wine and Malt, pending the submission of the applicant's renewal form, taxes being paid, and fee being received.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And also, the board moves to approve the annual renewal of common victualler licenses for the Marshfield Hills General Store and Roach Brothers Supermarket, depending the submission of the applicant's renewal form, taxes being paid, and fee being received.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Next, discussion and vote on appointments to Revolutionary War Honor Roll Committee. Mr. Maresco.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you may remember, a few months ago, Mr. Whalen, Tom Whalen, came before us, and with the July of 2026 is the 250th Revolutionary War anniversary. He asked the board if the board would put together a committee that would work on this, and the board did go forward and approve the committee. And finally, we have applicants to fill and get ready to work to get everything ready by July of 2026. And as you remember, the committee will consist of Selectman's Office representative, Historic Commission representative, Historic Society representative, a Veterans Group representative, and 3 to 4 interested citizens.
Yeah, it's excellent. It's exciting, the 250th anniversary of Revolutionary War in a town that was very much involved in that skirmish, small skirmish. Just made us a country.
We still have the
No big deal.
historic town green where the redcoats marched up and down.
Yeah, they made them march up and down.
Marshfield was sympathetic to the crown as opposed to,
Yeah, unfortunately, we were a Tory town. We could get into that, but we're all Americans now, so
Yes.
there we go. But no, it's exciting stuff. I think this committee, do you want me to read out the names of the
Yes.
members? So the proposed committee will include, for Selectman's Office representative would be Michael Maresco, Historical Commission representative is Cindy Castro, Historical Society representative David Welch, Veterans Group representative would be Larry Sweeney, and then the 3 to 4 interested citizens who have brought themselves forward are Tom Whalen, Bert O'Donnell, and James Murin. So I compliment and thank everyone for, in advance, working on this. In 2026 will be an interesting year. There'll be some cool things going on. Anything going on?
No questions.
Questions?
No, not a question. I just find it interesting that we were a Tory town,
We were.
and yet we still had 192 volunteers to serve for the cause. And think about how many people were in the town at that time. That was, so, we were maybe obviously more split than they think.
Well, I think, yeah, we could get into it, but I think,
It's just interesting.
no, the history is interesting. They were all Tory till they figured out it was better to become non-Tory. I think a lot of that. Plus, I think people got the spirit of becoming their own country and being free. And I think, I think that's what happened a lot. Not what I think, that's what I've read. So, but that is an interesting observation.
Yeah, it's a lot of people considering the population of this town.
It is, and it's pretty cool. So, all right. So the board moves to approve the appointment of the following residents to the 250th Revolutionary War Honor Roll Committee: Tom Whalen, Bert O'Donnell, James Murin, Select Board's Office Representative Michael Maresco, Historical Commission Representative Cindy Castro, Historical Society Representative David Welch, and Veterans Group Representative Larry Sweeney, pending successful background checks.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. So now we'll move to item number 8, discussion and vote on change of membership for CRS PPI committee from 7 to 9 members. Ms. Maresco?
Mr. Chairman, if I may, so Joe Flood Rossi's here tonight to back any of this up, but
Joe's here.
this is very unusual, because as the board would note, we have many of our boards and commissions coming and asking for their membership number to be lowered because they cannot get people to attend or have a quorum. And here we have a very active committee that's coming forward that wants their numbers raised because so many people want to serve.
Well, I mean, it's so important to the future of our town, the future of the all coastline, as Joe knows and Joe's the expert in, is we're facing unprecedented times when it comes to coastal flooding and other types of weather issues. So, is there anything you'd like to? Do you want to come up and speak?
Yeah, just
to this?
quickly, I appreciate the consideration.
Sure.
As you know, as we expand our mission on the CRS PPI committee, it is more and more important for the committee to reach out to different stakeholders. We'll be appointing somebody from the Marshfield DPW and a real estate professional to the committee. It was actually recommended to us about 2 years ago to expand the committee by ISO, who oversees CRS, in order to have an inside look at some of these other stakeholders. We are taking on an ambitious plan next year and potentially the year after to go after even more points. Right now, we're probably within 50 points of going to another class increase in CRS, so the expansion of the committee will get us that much closer. So I appreciate the consideration, and just know that we're, as Mike said, it's just getting a lot more people interested, and the stakeholders we're reaching is expanding as well. So we're excited about that.
No, and I think it's great to have people interested in any aspect of serving the town in a volunteer on a volunteer basis. But I do know we're going to talk about you already have 2 candidates.
Yes.
So, I think that's great. Not only are you asking for increase, you have people to fill those roles. So I think it's great. I think you.
Yeah, Joe, did you legally change your middle name to Flood?
No, but I get asked, and the more I get asked, the more I think I might. So
You're getting a flood of requests?
yes, a flood of requests, pun intended.
Here we go.
So by increasing the size, does that give us points?
Well, it technically doesn't give us points directly, but indirectly it does. And what I mean by that is the half of the name of the committee is the Program for Public Information. That's PPI. PPI activities such as going to real estate meetings, which we just accomplished a couple weeks ago. The building commissioner and I went to a real estate meeting set up by our future member Amy March here, and by reaching out to other town organizations such as the DPW does give us points in those activities. So having the members indirectly will give us more points. Yes, exactly.
Great, thank you.
Great.
Awesome.
All right. So the board would like to appoint. We'll move to increase the membership of the CRS PPI committee from 7 members to 9 members that include 1 non-resident.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The next item would be to discuss and vote on 2 new appointments to the CRS PPI committee, Amy March and Tom Molinari. I know Amy a bit. She's a realtor in town. She's great. I don't know Tom that well, but he looks like, on paper, he looks great, and they have no issues with background checks or anything else.
Mr. Chairman, if I may,
Yes, sir.
Tom Molinari works for the DPW. He's one of our newest engineers over there, and as you highlighted in your motion, non-resident, I did speak to Bob Galvin just to make sure we were doing everything accordingly, and that's why we had non-resident put in there, because he does live in Pembroke, but he works for the Marshfield DPW, and he's going to provide a lot of information and assistance to Joe and the committee.
Yeah, based on his background as an engineer, that seems
Correct.
like that makes a lot of sense. So I have no questions or concerns.
No questions.
Any questions?
No, Mr. Chairman, they all seem great. If I could just take a minute to buttress what you were saying. So we have a lot of openings in the town. Serving and volunteering is something that is actually more fun and rewarding than people might think. And if I could beg you to allow me just to let the public know the openings that we have.
Sure.
Yeah, so 88 committee, we have an opening. The advisory board, we have an opening if you'd like to serve on that. Capital Project Building Committee, we have 3 vacancies. Conservation Commission, we have 1. Council on Aging, we have 1. Energy Commission, we have 1. Historical Commission, we have 1. Housing Partnership, 1. Open Space Committee, 1. Recreational Committee, 2. Recreational Field Committee, 2. Recreational Trails, 3. So those are 3 recreational. They should be fun to serve on, right? The recreation. Trustees of the Memorial Library, 1, and the Waterways Committee, 1. So if anyone would like to serve on those committees, Joe, it is actually a very rewarding thing to do.
Yes. Yeah, they can just go to the website, town website. There's a place for them to apply and fill out a form and, or just contact the selectman's
Yeah,
office
contact
and we're glad to help you find
Thank you,
your,
Mr. Chairman,
find your
for allowing
spot.
me to read that.
No, absolutely. So, it's very important. So, without any further discussion, the board would like to appoint the following two members to the CRS PPI committee, Amy March and Thomas Molinari of Pembroke.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you all.
Next, a discussion of vote on application for annual common victualler license coffee bar cafe. This is that you?
The last one.
All right, so this is Dan and Denise Lucan. Are you Dan Lucan? You want to come forward, or are you good? All right. Munchies and Milkshakes LLC, and you're taking over the coffee bar
Yes. Yep.
cafe at 1289 Ocean Street, 1 and 2. Hours of operations 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. And
She put 3 p.m. That's for now.
for now,
Until summertime.
you can
Then
be
it's
open
ice
as long
cream.
as you want, as long as you're
Right.
serving great food and everybody loves it.
Absolutely.
So, okay, great. I really don't have any questions. It looks like your application here is this would be pending pending sign off by the Board of Health, Building Department, and property taxes being paid. But other
Yep.
than
We
that,
got
can
everything
proceed.
except for the Board of Health. They told us to wait for you guys.
Okay, cool. What type of food are you going to be serving over there? Same stuff, same kind?
We
or-
do fresh everything. Scratch
do?
kitchen. Yep. So fresh baked scratch stuff, sandwiches, and then milkshakes.
Whoa,
It's going to be our big thing.
I like a good milkshake.
Nice.
Yes.
It's a great location. I wish you all the best. I have no questions.
No questions.
No questions? We should address as well.
Thank you.
All right, so the board moves to approve an application for an annual common victualler license for Dan and Denise Lucan, Munchies and Milkshakes LLC, the coffee bar cafe located at 1289 Ocean Street, 1 and 2. Hours of operation 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., Sunday through Saturday, pending sign-off by the Board of Health, Building Department, and property taxes being paid.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's it.
All right.
Congrats.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Kevin. Good luck with your business.
Thank you.
Next, discussion to vote on application for temporary wine and malt license, Stellwagen Beer Company. This is Michael Snowdale of Stellwagen Beer. This is at Work Local for an event.
Is this the one on the 15th?
Yeah, do you know what event this is, Mr. Maresco?
This is for the Work Local 892 Plain Street. He has two in, so the first one is for the 12/9.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, I see the second one.
Yeah. And I know he's doing the craft, there's another one too.
The
There's two.
veterans. Yeah, he's doing
Yeah.
that.
veterans one.
Yeah.
All right, so, no, Stellwagen's a great local brewery. I have no questions.
No questions.
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
So the board moves to approve a one-day liquor license for Walt and Wine, I almost said Walt and Malt. This is one of those days, man.
You've read a lot of lists tonight.
It is, and my voice is not great, so I sound croaky. One-day liquor license for wine and malt for Michael Snowdale, Stellwagen Beer Company for December 9th, 2021, from 7 to 10 p.m. at Work Local, 892 Plain Street, Marshfield, pending approval by the Marshfield Fire Department and proof of liquor liability insurance.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, is another discussion and vote on application for temporary wine and malt license, Stellwagen Beer Company. That's the 12/15 event. We just talked about that, so the board moves to approve a one-day liquor license for wine and malt from Michael Snowdale, Stellwagen Beer Company for December 15th, 2021, from 4 to 7 at the new Veterans Home, 2033 Ocean Street, Marshfield, pending approval by the MFD and proof of liquor liability insurance.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The next item, discussion and vote on acceptance of donation. Mr. Maresco.
So it's very standard, as you know, the Board of Selectmen has to approve any donation over 50, so I do the spring, I plant the flowers in the two flower holders in front of Town Hall. Spring and summer plantings, potting soil, et cetera, was $80. Fall arrangement, pumpkins, cabbages, and mums, $65, and the winter wreaths and the baskets out there are $90, so it's a $235 donation to the town.
Well, it's very nice. it makes town hall beautiful, and it's very generous of you, Mr. Maresco. I have no questions.
No questions.
No questions, thank you, Michael.
Thanks.
So the board moves to accept a donation from Michael Maresco for town hall flowers, pumpkins, wreaths, and holiday baskets in the amount of $235.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye.
All right. Next is, do we have all the signatures
Yes.
we need? All right. So the board moves to accept the minutes for November 22nd, 2021, and November 24th, 2021.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, everyone.
Mr. Chairman, did you want to do the reminder thing for everyone? I don't know if that's supposed to be done, or? It's just for us? Okay, that's just for us. Thank you.
No problem.
Did we second and vote to close?
Yeah, we did.
Did, yeah.
Closed.
Okay, cool.
We're good.